I would probably imagine, like, after World War III and a nuclear fallout, that there wouldn't be this much foliage, to be honest with you.
Hey, Eddie, have a good day.
At least take his belt off, you know? You're out there collecting all the resources. It looked like he had a good leather belt. So that would be the last thing that I would do. I would definitely kill that guy and drag him away from the water source. We're here in a nuclear fallout situation, which would just be a horrible way to be in a survival situation, by the way. But I guess this is after World War III has happened. I guess we're in Arizona.
Like I mentioned, the first one will always
just setting up a sleeping bag in the middle of the road. I guess you don't have to worry about cars coming by, so no worries there, I guess. You know, if I was out here surviving, I would definitely want to, you know, have some structure around my sleeping bag, especially if there's crazy zombies going to be running up on me in the middle of the night. I don't want to be in the middle of the road, but we don't know if that guy was actually setting up a sleeping situation or not. We got to kind of give the game its due justice, watch it out here. Maybe he's setting a zombie trap. So we're looking at all his tools and everything he has here. He has plant fibers. All right, so he's starting with a very primitive tool here. It's a stone tool fashioned to a stick, some sort of cordage. He's busting into a larger rock. It's got some like Minecraft vibes here. You got to like collect rock, collect different materials here.
Am I missing something? I'm missing wood.
So we have a craft button, which looks like you could actually combine different things together. I'm thinking that's his energy level in the blue bar in the bottom left-hand corner that's going down as he's swinging. That would make sense. So obviously you're wearing yourself out swinging a stone tool into a solid lump of rock. It's kind of unrealistic breaking that rock with a rock fashioned to a stick, but you know, we have to give it some little bit of leeway here. It is a game. And he's breaking down this smaller section of the rock.
He's close by.
Moving directly to a tree, no stopping. We're down at like 20, in the 20s and 30s in the energy level here. I think it's super important that he's out there foraging, getting the supplies necessary to survive, but at the same time, he needs to manage his energy, and he needs to like work with, like I said in the previous game, consistency. He needs to sparingly conserve his energy. You never know when you're gonna have to run away from a zombie or like fight off a bear or something. So at the same time, I think he needs to kind of conserve some energy. He's going hard in the paint right now.
Stuff running here. Okay, where's my...
I would probably imagine, like, after World War III and a nuclear fallout, that there wouldn't be this much foliage, to be honest with you, and the air quality would not be as good. But we don't know how long after this event that this is taking place. I just wouldn't imagine everything being so, like, lush, to be honest with you.
I don't know if it's just...
But we are collecting bodies, chairs, anything on the ground.
Look, I guess...
And somehow he's just carrying it all. So this guy's still living here. He's just give him a couple whacks, do justice. Wham, wham. Getting into this shelter. I would just probably avoid that guy on the ground because he's just crawling anyways. Like, all you gotta do is walk away from him. You don't even have to run. Just walk away from him. Why, like, get up close to his teeth with the stick, you know?
Oh, did you fall?
See, this guy's just walking. Oh, I guess he stood up. Or she.
Have a good day. That's some medication.
So I personally would not want to just be whacking a zombie like with a club, but I think he's probably starting with the club and he's going to evolve into a more projectile type weapon, and that's what I'd want, right? Because I don't want to be like all up on the zombie. Might be a survival instructor, but I still like to sleep in suites and I like nice things, you know, when I go out. So it's like I don't want zombie juice all over me, to be honest with you. So I'd want more of like a projectile type weapon, bow and arrow, throwing even a spear, like a long stick would be better than what he has right now for fighting off these zombies. He's getting into some wood here. It's already chopped, but it looks like you have to hit it to actually collect it. So I said it kind of has the Minecraft kind of vibes. It's like you collect these different resources and somehow it's just all stored on your person, even though it's like hundreds of amounts of each object. So if I was playing this game, I would definitely want to make sure that, you know, what was most important to me was having that long type tool that I could just thrust into zombies or some sort of projectile weapon, and then having water and food. So it's like weapon, make sure that I'm staying alive from the zombies, and then make sure I have the sustenance to keep playing the game. So you got to make sure that you're managing your food and water over lawn chairs. If I had to be in this game for like a real world survival tip that I would give would be build a shelter and taking all my stuff and resources there and having something that I could fortify myself against, you know, the nuclear fallout situation, the zombies, anyone else that's trying to harm me. That REM sleep's super important in a zombie survival situation, right?
Like one hell of a party that broke out here.
Like they say, one man's trash is another man's treasure. And this is very much played out here in this game.
Nails, why not? We get some plasticos from here.
Everything's forgeable. Tires, metal. You could basically break down anything, which is super cool because in most games, you know, it's only so many things are available to like play with and interact with. It looks like you could basically walk up to anything and forge anything, which is pretty realistic. I guess the only limitation is your mind in this game, really. So that's cool to see.
Oh, wow. This is really...
Seed plus supplies. Let's go. And you got like a little shelter around. This would be my hangout right here. Got a wall, got a bus. You could put some like choppers on that thing and just like drive right through a zombie herd. And you can grow some food, which is super awesome. I get that you probably need to, you know, move around the game and interact with everything, but this would be my camp spot. I'd be hanging out here.
Those on the ground? Okay, that's good. Use that.
Got a high little eagle's nest to look over the wall, see what's happening, what's coming. Store some water in those barrels right there. Probably have a light whiskey taste or smoked barrel taste, maybe.
It's got like full shelves. He's like
everything right here. He's walking into like a store with just everything. You can imagine in a nuclear fallout of World War III, I mean, people don't have time to walk away from things. It's just everything's in place. But again, what's contaminated with radiation, what's not, we don't know. But obviously, this place wasn't hit too bad with the radiation since we still see all the foliage, the trees. Super lush here. This place is stocked up. I think your biggest concern here is going to be radiation and contamination of food.
That's nice to find some files.
It looks like this guy's still alive and open for business, even in the like nuclear fallout area. So good for him, you know. It looks like he's seen better days, though. So it looks like you could trade and barter, which is super realistic because couldn't imagine you'd still be like paying for things in dollars. The thing about bartering is he's got something you want, you got to have something he wants.
You don't buy something next time, I'll shoot you.
So yeah, don't show him everything you got, man. Got to be low key around these guys. Can't trust anyone.
So we got to look right next to us and see whether or not there is a little bit of a...
So now he's back out on the road, back on the trail. I probably wouldn't be walking in the middle of the road, to be honest with you. I'd be probably like moving from, you know, cover spot to cover spot, wall to wall. Always have like my back to something.
Oh, balls.
And he's got an arrow. He's upgraded to a projectile type weapon. Bam! Hit him with an arrow, got him with the club.
And ball busting.
I think the most challenging thing is you never know what you're going to need in a survival situation like this. So what are you passing up? What are you leaving behind? Also, what's super challenging is just being on the road and not having a place that you're calling like your shelter, your spot. He's constantly out there just foraging, moving around, being exposed to the different threats. It looks like a super challenging game, but also this would be a super challenging survival situation. So here's some water. And you know some zombies are just like bathing in that. So you better be purifying that. It's disgusting.
Let's just do that.
I don't even know how you'd go about like ensuring that your water is good in a game like this, in a situation like this. But I think it's pretty unrealistic that you're just going to fill up some water and drink it.
Is this your place? It's lovely. Super strong, man. I think it's built to last.
For me, this game's like it looks very complicated. Like it feels like you need to play this game for a lot of time. Yeah, knock him into the water source. Knock him into the water source. Yeah, great. You know, now you have a who's already dead, right? But a dead zombie, gumming up your water source. So that would be the last thing that I would do. I would definitely kill that guy and drag him away from the water source.
Playing it for such a long time, I guess you get used to a certain way. I'm sure everybody has their own preference.
I think community is super important in a survival situation like this. And we've seen multiple people that were just solo open for shop, you know. just hanging out, where I feel like you'd be working with these people and creating alliances and basically living with these different people to help with your immediate survival. So this guy and the other guy just seems to be solo, not affected by the situation and not thinking of working together, which I think would be super important. So for the first time, we've seen him actually use some of these resources and build something. He built basically steps to get to the top of this roof. And now it looks like he's building his shelter. A fire on top of something that would definitely kind of collapse in on itself once it got heated up enough.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that is so much better.
So these boxes, I'm guessing you can kind of dump your supplies in. So this is going to be his base up here on the roof. It's not bad. I'd want to be up on a roof too. He could basically probably bust down that ladder that he put up there, or that structure he built to get to the top, and not have to worry about anything.
You might not destroy my gate, does it?
Here we see he's got the projectile weapon. He doesn't have to get up there and club zombies anymore. Headshot with the arrow. Did not kill her. 2 arrows wasted.
My last arrow.
3 arrows. Right now he's safe up on the roof. Like, why even mess with that zombie? Now he's going down, club her through the fence. Yeah, you know, just leave her alone. Just on the other side of the fence. Just like, that's what I'm talking about. See, you're out there whacking this girl, you busted a hole in the fence, and now her homie is going to come and get you too. So it only gets worse. And that guy looks really mad.
Eager.
He's probably just working in his diesel truck, you know, and then he just got turned into a zombie. It's going to take a lot of hits to get that guy down.
Hey, Eddie. Have a good day.
At least take his belt off, you know. You're out there collecting all the resources. It looked like he had a good leather belt. This game's more like a game, I feel, than being realistic in a survival situation. So it's Minecraft kind of vibes. You go out there, you collect a lot of resources, you build your structure, and you're just like running around murking zombies. But really, it's just a glorified zombie killing game, which is not bad. It's great. If you want to get out there and kill some zombies with some primitive weapons, then make sure you go pick up the game and check it out. And if you want to watch more of Gamology, make sure you check us out on YouTube and Facebook. Again, I'm Chad Keel. You can follow me on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube at Mr. Chad Keel, and I'll see you out in the forest.